GT Channel with Sam Mitani, James McKeone, and Taro Koki.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Pod Speed number 15. So we've made it to 15, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Not bad, right?
Hey, hey, hey.
It's not a bad start.
I did not
15
think
down.
I thought we'd be lucky to make it to 5, but we're at 15, so this is all good.
Sam, ye of little faith. I think we'll go. I was surprised we haven't made 1,500 yet, to be honest, but we're getting there.
Well, that'll be.
Watch out,
we'll be
Joe
old
Rogan.
men. Yeah, but and I guess since today is February 13th, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so it's this will be a nice special Valentine's Day edition for any of you weirdos out there who love their cars more than their women or their significant other, and I think that maybe counts as 3 of us, maybe not, because we're all happily married. But anyways, sometimes the car is nicer to just.
Some guys take better care of their cars than their women.
Yeah, so anyways, James, what you been up to? This is James McKeone of
Thanks for
No
introducing
Braking.
me.
Oh, well, I'm going to
Sam, I
introduce him too.
appreciate that.
NoBraking.com. Any great guests that we should be looking forward to, but looking to download now?
Yeah, well, actually, my most recent guest was Andy Blackmore. Andy Blackmore, which I was unaware of, designed the original liveries for the McLaren F1 series McLaren F1 when it raced in the BPR in England, and then which ran into the European GT series. So he was the one of doing those liveries.
Okay.
Then moved off into Formula One project designing for the team for McLaren F1.
Okay.
Before stepping out and working with EA Games, No Braking podcast alums, Rod Chong, for example. And then now he's famous for doing he still continues in his designers and his liveries work, but also his spotter's guide, where you will have seen him where he does them for IMSA every year. His most recent one was for the Rolex 24, where he did all the cars for the spotter's guide.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So he's a great listen. And then we've got also coming up next week, hoping to get Willie T. Ribbs on the podcast. Obviously, you might have hopefully...
Is he still driving?
No, not driving. He's too busy doing his shooting now, being competitive shooter.
He's kind of a pioneer, one of the, if not he couldn't be the first African-American IndyCar driver, but he was one of the first.
He was the first African-American IndyCar driver to qualify for Indianapolis 500. And you can learn all about that on Uppity, the Willie T. Ribbs story, which is on Netflix and also available on DVD and Blu-ray. So he's coming on.
Awesome.
And then one of my friends
is a pioneer.
Yeah, who works for Automobile Mag, looks after their social media. Billy, he's going to be on the podcast as well, following that. And then a couple more new people that come on from there.
You have got a nice list going. That's awesome.
I'm trying here. But I'm not obviously like as my colleague here who hangs out with players in the NFL like he does, supporting a lovely hat, I might say, Taro.
Am I bragging too much?
Oh, you mean the Supra? Yeah, well, we'll get to that. So, but anyways, No Braking is the podcast. James McKeone is the man behind it, and while you're listening to
he's got some reviews on GT Channel too.
Really? While you're listening in your car, your travels go just like that when you're listening to this guy.
Sam listens to everyone at least twice, isn't that right, Sam?
At least. And if you could get, in this annoying accent, you actually get used to it. So, don't let the accent, keep you away. Anyways, Taro, what have you been up to?
I was at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, still.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
still.
See, Sam gets to do a lot of things, but there's one thing that he's jealous about.
I don't have that much envy or jealous, in my bones. But this one,
just the Super Bowl,
he gets to be invited to premieres,
movie premieres,
drive a bunch of cool cars.
He gets invited to movie premieres, and then he doesn't even go.
Huh? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Sometimes work gets
He gets invited to go to the red carpet, and he's like, "I don't need to go to the red carpet."
He doesn't even need to go. Yeah, but I was at the Super Bowl again. This was my fourth one actually.
It was a great Super Bowl.
It was a great game. And you know what? This was the best one that I've ever been to. You know why? Because it wasn't cold. This one was
Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather was awesome. Last year in Atlanta was okay, but it's still cold. But the one in Minnesota was just like terrible. I mean, I don't know why they even did it there. I mean, the hospitality was great, but it's just way too cold. I mean, it's just not a pleasant experience.
No, it's like going to the Detroit Motor Show in January.
Yeah.
They changed it, but still. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I just think that it wouldn't have been as good for Shakira and J-Lo
in her outfit, right? I mean, that was outdoors, man. I mean, this was like the first Super Bowl I went that was actually outdoors. And it was awesome. And the guys from Japan were
what's
really
awesome
happy
about that, those two women watching them. J-Lo is what, 50? Close to 50. Shakira's 43, 44. I'm going, oh my God, what?
Yeah.
You know, I need to go to, go to the clinic or wherever they're getting
pole dancing
food
classes.
or whatever.
Pole dancing classes.
What?
I could
dancing classes.
I could see Sam on the
Okay,
pole.
I'll try it.
I could see Sam on the pole. I think he could clench that pole with his buttocks like no one else
pole
could.
will start bending. So, but anyways, it was. I wonder, man. Do you know? I love cars. I'm a car guy, but a lot of the really hardcore car guys are pretty much into cars, and they're not really into sports.
Yeah,
but, I wonder how many of people out there are, like sports too. I mean, because I love football.
Yeah,
I love basketball. I go to games.
I get that though. Like a lot of car guys are really into cars, but they're not interested in any other sport.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny, strange thing.
But you know what? And on the other side, the guys who love motorsports, like racing, they'll like football. Football isn't soccer, football. Football and other sports, but. Yeah, so I wonder the GT channel.
I'm not sure
demographics.
I'm not sure. Let us know. Leave your
comments.
Always
let us know in the comments.
Because
let us know. We'd love to know.
If most of you guys aren't into sports, we won't even waste our time talking about the Super Bowl.
But we'd love to know. Yeah, I mean it's the biggest sporting event in the world.
What was the best question that you got to ask the players?
I know it.
Did you see my?
I know the best question he asked.
Why don't you let Taro talk, Sam?
Because I actually saw it. Go ahead.
I asked all of actually the players. Like they had this opening night where on Monday night both of the teams come out, and this is the night where like the late night shows send like Guillermo out and answer all these goofy questions. You don't even have to talk about like football. You know. But as the week progresses and they do these press conferences, it gets more serious and serious. And so the first night you go out there and it's kind of a like for the fans too. They open it up for the fans as well. Mm-hmm. We're like on the floor with access to the players. And so I was with the Japanese station.
The lead up is long. So
Nippon TV.
What was the question?
So
I believe I asked Taro, Sam.
Giving it some context because I don't want to look like a fool, like asking what their favorite Japanese food is.
Oh, okay.
That was my.
And they obviously all said natto.
They all.
Yeah, exactly.
No one said natto. I wish someone. Everyone said sushi. George Kittle said he likes noodles, so I'm assuming it's like udon or ramen.
Probably ramen.
He said he's like chicken and noodles. That's I'm all about. All of them. The other guys all said sushi. They all like sushi. Oh, actually, Richard Sherman said he likes hibachi steak, like barbecue. Beef.
Richard Sherman has to be different. Mr. Stanford. He got torched.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. He got torched.
He got torched.
But my question to I think I asked this to what's that guy's name? Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa. I asked him, what he likes, what his favorite Japanese food is, and what would he like about Japan. And he said he likes sushi, but his brother is like a complete anime nerd. So his brother Joey plays for the San Diego Chargers. He likes like Naruto and like Dragon Ball, and he's like all into that Japanese anime.
I know you obviously do your judo with Sam, the great Sam Mitani, but have you ever seen Sam Mitani run? Does he run in the Naruto style?
Oh, you mean with the arms down here?
Yes.
Like this? Yeah.
I've never seen him run, actually.
That's probably why. I think that we need to get some video of Sam doing the Naruto style running.
Sam's into manga too, though, but he's into like the judo manga and like.
I thought he was more into the
older school.
Older school.
I thought he was more into the Hercule Poirot anime.
Which one is that?
What?
Yeah, did you not know that?
Which one is that?
And Agatha Christie. There's a whole genre of anime that's Hercule Poirot and Agatha Christie.
In Japan?
Yes.
Japan? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that like shoujo manga?
Yeah,
right.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I can't get in. The eyes are so big. Yeah.
No. It's not the shoujo. No. But also, what about your Japanese TV watching? Have you been continue to watch the show?
Which one? Oh, Haji Giri?
Yeah.
No.
Man, I haven't seen it yet.
Actually, my wife went off to Japan, and she wanted me to wait so she could watch it. So yeah, we're right.
I got to see that show though.
Yeah. Nigel McKeone is very much enjoying it.
Oh, really? It's on Netflix now in the States now, right?
And they have famous Japanese actors in this, so it's good. Speaking of Netflix and stuff and movies, just great to see Ford versus Ferrari.
Congratulations!
Nominated for Best Picture. And the book was called Go Like Hell by A.J. Bain, one of my really good friends. And I actually read that book before it got published oh my God, 12 years ago. So it took a long time to get that movie
and they
made,
actually
but-
won best editing,
editing, I think.
and
Best editing and
mixing.
something. Yeah, or something. Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So
they won 2, I think it was.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they won
Yeah.
2 Oscars.
Great to see a car movie.
Wouldn't it
get
have been
up there.
good to go to the premiere of that, Taro?
Yeah, I know. I wasn't invited.
Were you, Sam? Were you invited to a premiere of that?
I can't remember. I can't remember.
I understand. I believe it
I
was.
could, but even if I were, I couldn't have gone because I.
Well, why
I
didn't
had
you
to-
invite
I had
us?
to
Why
be
didn't you
bad.
pass that invitation across?
What?
I mean, you could have passed it to one of us, Sam.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
could have just
I
said,
know.
I-
I know.
Where would that invitation have happened in Hollywood? I don't know. Which of us lives in Hollywood?
That's right. You live in Hollywood.
right,
I-
right down the street.
But,
It's
but
probably happening.
congratulations to that movie for being.
Yeah, and as I said,
being
Willie
a
T.
car
Ribs. Make sure you check out that documentary on
That's right.
Netflix as well.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Uppity, the Willie T. Ribs
There's
story.
and if there's a documentary also on Netflix, I can't remember. I think it was called The 24-Hour War, and that is more of a documentary with AJ actually doing commentary, and a lot of the old school guys doing commentary on that very subject
Oh,
of
really?
Ford versus
Oh,
Ford.
okay.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
good
called. I think it's called The 24-Hour War.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a good one as
Really?
well.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Check it out.
And then Parasite won the Best Picture as
Congrats.
the first foreign
Congrats to
language
our Asian
film
brothers.
ever to, and I have a little mixed feelings about that. Okay, I'm glad that movie came out.
Okay.
It won the thing.
I haven't
watched the
seen.
movie.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I watched the
Now,
movie.
where did you see it though?
Oh, you could stream it now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you could watch it on the theaters. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
it's a Best Picture. Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't think it was Best Picture, quality. I'm almost thinking because the Academy Awards was so white, right? Again, this year because
I can't believe how controversial you are, Sam
No,
Mitani.
that's true. All
It
the
was
best
very white.
actors, best
Yeah.
actors said, they had been running into this problem a lot every year, and they finally said we fixed it. And now this year this happened, and they go, I have a feeling, and this is being controversial. This is just my take. Don't everyone get mad at me.
I'm already fuming.
Let's
Sam.
maybe we should give it to the foreign language film. It doesn't matter if it's Korean or African or Spanish. Let's give it to foreign language film just because it'll make us look better. I'm wondering.
Make us
I
look
think-
open-minded.
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
think that's
is
the
that-
possibility, which is great. I'm glad they gave it to the Korean film. There is a movie that won the Palme d'Or, which is the Golden Leaf Award for the Cannes Film Festival, which this won this year, right? And won the Best Picture, Parasite. The one that won it the year before was a movie called The Shoplifters. Okay,
Okay, that's
And
a
that-
Japanese one.
Manpiki Kazoku.
Right.
It's in Japanese.
Right.
The Shoplifters. It's very similar.
Really?
Oh my God!
What do you mean?
I'm
like
watching Parasite and I go, this is kind of a retelling or, a little, a modified version of The Shoplifters. It was very similar.
I haven't
That's all
seen
I'm saying.
both. I haven't seen
I'm
both,
not saying
so.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it was similar.
Oh.
But I think The Shoplifters was really well done also. So and Parasite was just.
We've just had a comment on the Facebook stream
Uh-oh.
saying Sam should not be controversial and he should stick to cars.
Yes. Okay. So let's do that. I agree. First car up
We are
today
live.
is hold on.
Oh, should we look at your messages, Sam? I thought we were going to go bring us up and see your
Is
text messages.
we've covered this car before, guys. This is the GRMN version of the Supra, and we hear now it's headed to production and dealerships in 2021. So we'll get this car next year. Right now, the Supra comes with a BMW sourced, as we all know, 3-liter twin turbocharged 6-cylinder engine, which puts out about 335 horsepower and 365 pound-feet of torque. But we hear what's going to be going in here is the inline 6, turbocharged inline 6, BMW turbocharged inline 6 that comes from the BMW M340. And that thing has 382 horsepower, which is a lot of horses. And then we hear Toyota's even going to tune it to increase that output even more to about 400 horsepower. So I think that, I drove the Supra last weekend. It was much better than what I anticipated. As soon as I stepped up to look at it, it looks so much better in photos than in the photos, in real life, especially the rear with the, the rounded fenders. I mean, what do you guys think?
Which version are you driving, or were you driving?
What do you mean,
like
which
which
version? It wasn't German,
which
so-
grade? What?
Which grade? Probably a top grade, I think it was. Yeah. But I mean, you guys seen the Supra? You've seen the Supra?
Yeah,
up
I've had a
close.
chance to go look
I
at it.
know you've driven.
Yeah.
What did you get? What do you think about its looks?
I mean, I still think it's a good-looking car when you see it in the road. When I saw a pre-production model driving around testing it, and I think it's a very good-looking car. I know that
It looks a lot better in real life than in photos. Do you agree?
I think in photographs, well, I know that
I
obviously
don't think so.
you have lots of thoughts on photography, Sam Mitani, because you are a world-renowned photographer, known for your photo-taking skills, and have got lots of thoughts and very strong opinions on how cars should be photographed.
I'm just trying to help you become a better photographer. That's all I am doing. Help me.
But I think it's a
help you,
good-looking car.
James.
I mean, I think it's a good-looking car, no matter if it's in the photographs. I think the one behind your head, Sam, I'd rather look at that than look at you. But I mean, it's a good-looking car.
Have you guys seen it actually driven, like out in the wild?
Yeah, that's what I mean. When I saw a pre-production on the road.
Like in LA, like driving around.
Well, I haven't seen one on the road yet.
Like I've seen like a lot of comments on Facebook, like especially from my friends in Japan, saying, "Well, they're saying they're selling a bunch of these things." I've seen one on the streets since like
I haven't seen one at all
since last fall.
And I live in LA.
I think I've seen like
I think I've seen 2. That's all I've seen.
I think I've seen like 3.
I wonder how the sales are though of this car.
I don't know.
Or they're just keeping it, you know, because it's like not their first car, so they're just like, you know, just taking it out to meets or, you know, driving around.
I think there's a lot of meets cars where it's going through, but I think it's still the case of people have got the cars and they're coming through, and I think they're doing work on them. And I think also, I mean, I think the numbers come out monthly, right? And Toyota release the figures of all the cars they sell, so we could probably track it down.
We could probably track it down, yeah. So, but yeah, you're right. I haven't seen it in the road that much at all. But when you drive it, it's pretty impressive. Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was very refined, very.
It's very forgiving.
I think Tada-san, the chief engineer of this, or the product special, or he's the chief engineer actually. Yeah, did a great job. I think he did a great job with the 8.6. I think, you know, working with Subaru, I think working with this BMW, it'd be really interesting to see Tada-san maybe give him reins to just make one yourself, you know, just out of nowhere. It'd be interesting to see if he could do this with borrowing, you know, having stuck with the parameters that he's stuck with. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what
I'm just looking forward to when Christine and Brenda give me one for a week.
Yeah, when I drove it, I only had it for 3 days.
I know.
I had to give.
Oh, really? You had to give. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They go. We got a whole 3 days. It's going now for loan again. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So
they said it was like booked too much.
3 days is fine with me. I don't need to drive that much.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. You know, since I'd like to get your input on this, if this Supra GRMN came out with the 400 horsepower, okay, and we know the chassis is fantastic. We know it's refined.
Yep.
What would be a good price on it? I have an estimated price that I hear, but I'm not going to reveal it to you guys just yet. But what do you think this car would be?
What was the base model?
What is it?
How does the base?
About
how much
50, 60, 55, 60, something like that, right?
It's like 50, right?
Yeah, 50,
right?
55.
What's it? Yeah.
What do you think, James?
I think a $10,000 upkeep or $10,000 to $15,000 seems very reasonable to me.
So about 60 to 70?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 65.
65?
Somewhere in the middle.
Well, we hear it's going to be 80 to 90.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's getting up there.
But then it depends also on what else that comes with it.
Oh, suspension tuning, of course.
Yeah.
You know, to match the thing. Probably special wheels. You know, to.
Yeah. So if they do this, because if you don't take into account the special wheels,
there's going to be cosmetic, of course.
And if you do more upgrades, suspension.
You can see by this photo here, you can see the carbon fiber wing. You know, so there's going to be upgrades.
And if there's more carbon fiber involved, I don't think that. I mean, going from 15 to 25, if you add the carbon bits on, for example, the wheels, that doesn't seem unusual for me. So it'd be 25 grand.
I think they're right there.
Yeah.
I think 80, 90 would be right there with this car, especially knowing that, you know, the previous generation are going for $300,000 or $100,000 on auction, you know. But, well, you know what? With an $80,000, $90,000 price range, guys, it puts it right into the market with the Porsche Cayman S, GTS, right? Which is 350 horsepower, less horsepower. And that comes in around 70,000, right? Porsche Cayman S. GTS, I think, is more. Okay?
But that Porsche gets spec'd up at anything, and it'd be very much close to that 90,000.
Yeah, it'll be close to 80, 90, I think, too. And the C8, the Corvette, which is, you know, $60K for 490 horsepower, the mid-engine. So, you know, but, you know, of course, it's American. It might not be as refined. I haven't driven the Corvette, so I cannot comment. It could be super refined. I'm not sure. But, you know, Corvette have a traditional tendency to be pretty much in your face, you know, you know, power and, you know, taking no prisoners, you know. So Where would you guys be if you guys were going shopping and hey, let's say I'm as rich as you think I am, which I'm not. I'm going to say, hey, James, happy birthday. Hey, I got 3 cars here I need to get rid of. The Supra, the Vet, and the Cayman S. And they're all new. Which one you want? You can't resell it. If you resell it, you'll never get a present from me again.
Well, I think that my father would ask me to take the Cayman, since that's the one he likes the most.
Well, that's all fine, but you would also, and you would just give it to your dad.
Yeah, because you said I couldn't sell it, so I'm just giving it to my father.
You wouldn't drive it yourself?
No, it'd be good father and son time in the car. I think any of those 3 would be great.
Okay. It's like, kind of reminds me of, like Cats in the Cradle, little Harry, he's bringing a tear to my head. Okay.
Well,
I'll take the Supra. I'll take the Supra.
You would take the Supra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll get to this a little bit later, but like you said, the like the A80s, Supras, they're going up in price, and I think this one, in 20 years, it'll go for a pretty nice price too. So
I said you can't resell it.
It's a keeper. Well, no, I mean 20 years, right? I'm not going to sell it right away.
Not reselling is not reselling.
Well, okay, so I'll enjoy the value.
Okay, you wait till
I will
die or
I will
something,
enjoy the
and
value
you have to outlive me.
of the car.
And this is the engine of the M340 BMW.
I'd also like to
it's just an engine, right? Just
I'd also like to find out how
There's the Cayman.
how the
very handsome car.
Corvette actually does when it comes out and the final
Exactly.
pricing on it.
Yeah, I would love to.
And see the specifications of when it comes out, because obviously there's lots of talk of what the horsepower is going to be at what price point, but I need to get.
Okay.
Have
You
to
guys
have really
remember?
confirmed.
You guys just remember seeing the Supra, right? Okay, so here's the Cayman, and here's the Vet. It's kind of a blurry shot. Sorry about that.
Did you do that? Were you
Yeah,
squinting?
that was my thing. Yeah. What car do you think is the most attractive? I know looks is subjective, but part of it's like you're Hollywood. You want to look good.
I mean, I think the Corvette does look very, very nice.
Yeah, I'm so
Not
sorry about the
particularly in
photo.
this photo, Sam. I
I'm
know
so sorry about
someone
the
with
photo. It was a
your
low-res photo,
eye
sorry.
for photography thought
I
I
was
would
in a
have picked
hurry. I was in a
something
hurry.
else, but
Okay, but there, yeah. So, you're a Corvette. What about you?
Yeah,
Supra.
I mean, I still don't.
Cayman. Supra's pretty-
the bulge.
I love the Supra's bulge. Yeah.
I don't like the
you
top.
like a good bulge. I know
Yeah,
that, Sam.
no,
That's
no,
like-
not
that's
really
like
that
about
much,
you.
actually.
I don't like the roof.
Of what?
The Supra.
Supra? Oh, you still don't like the
No,
bubble?
I still
Okay.
don't like the bubble. Yeah, style-wise, I mean,
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah.
the Vet
I
photo,
mean,
but yeah.
the Vet's a little blurry, but
Yeah, I know.
the
I
Vet design
know,
is.
I know.
I like the Vet design actually, but the Cayman's cool too.
Yeah,
Cayman's
but you
class.
haven't picked one. I'm saying pick one.
Are we just talking about design?
Yeah,
Yes,
just like
which
look.
one do you
Yes.
like to look
yeah, Cayman.
Cayman?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think so. Cayman.
That's why I prefer the Corvette. It's
Yeah.
on the outline here.
Yeah? Cayman? No, that's fine. I
Cayman.
think Corvette's very
Corvette's a
very
little
good car.
pixelated.
Okay, well, going from this car to another car that we hear is coming out in 2021 is officially announced that Honda has announced that the Acura NSX will be getting either a Type R version or a convertible version in 2021. And I think the car really needs the help. I think it needs to kind of stand
Type
out in the
R
market.
needs to really
Yeah.
make it out here.
And a lot of the European high-end sports cars, there's convertible versions. Even though BMW i8, which will be discontinued, but it's a convertible. The Audi R8 has a convertible version. Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta, which really isn't available to anyone because it's the last one was auctioned off for $10 million. So, but there is a convertible version. Why are you looking like that?
I'm just don't understand where you suddenly made the jump from going from
Well, it's
the
a
Honda NSX to the LaFerrari.
Because
comparing the two together.
because they're both sports cars with high-end sports cars with convertibles, top-down versions.
It just seems a bit.
It is okay. One's $10 million. This thing is okay, but hey, I'm just putting it out there.
Sam, I think
And,
you got to check your facts and get close most of that ballpark range.
Okay, but do you guys remember seeing an Acura NSX convertible version before?
No.
Actually, there was one. Oh, come on, baby. No, that's that. There's the Ferrari. These are small. So here he goes.
Are you
There it
talking
is.
about?
Hold on, it's loading.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, when the Avengers first came out, they had this car, which the NSX
Prototype.
wasn't even out. Yeah,
Yep.
the prototype, and it was a convertible version. So I'm sure the convertible version was already in the works at this time, right?
It'd have to be
Tony Stark.
that looks like a soft top as opposed to a hard top.
Exactly.
convertible.
I don't even think this one had a top. They said they might bring it in with a Targa like roof, so to keep the the body stability, structural rigidity there. But We hear the car is being developed in North America, so it'll be pretty much for the North American market. Engine, motor, everything will be similar to the coupe. And let's see, price will be about $175K to $200,000, which is about $25,000 to $30,000 more than the coupe version. So it is not a cheap car. So
but it's less than $10 million, though, right?
Yeah,
so
it's
not
less than this car.
It's
Okay,
not
this
bad
car is this car was
comparison.
$10 million. Okay, all right, we're gonna wipe this car from my conversation. Okay, there's the R8.
Okay.
All right, there's the R8. There's the
Didn't Tony start-
i8, which is going to be discontinued. Okay, but I think it's an interesting car.
Do they have a convertible of that?
Oh, they do. I'm
R8?
sorry, this one isn't a convertible. Yeah, they did have convertible version. So,
Sam, we've got to talk to you about your photos next time. We've got to maybe have a review
you guys,
before we come into the call.
okay, well, we'll see how your content is. You said you don't have much today, so I'm going to be all over you.
You
But
better
anyway,
be all over me like a cheap suit.
Hey,
Sam.
so is this a best car rendering?
yeah, this is a rendering.
again,
Sorry, guys.
okay.
Yeah, this is
So
a
this is a
rendering,
best car
from
rendering.
a best car. Yeah.
Right.
So, guys, what do you think? NSX, does it look better as a coupe? Is it more attractive to you guys as a coupe?
I'm not a convertible guy at all, so I mean, I wouldn't even like think about getting
It wouldn't even
buy
be
it.
the NSX at all would not be in your shop
a
vehicle.
Type R might be. A
Well,
Type R might be.
depending what it is.
Yeah, depending on what it
I
is.
think-
But just because it's a convertible doesn't make it any more attractive to me than.
I think this makes it a good comparison against the Lexus LC 500, where they've got the convertible that's just been released.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, this price
It's
is
a lot
gonna
more
be like-
expensive.
yeah, it's gonna be
a
like
lot more expensive, but I think it's one
70% more.
where it could absolutely do with having convertible, and it looks nice. It fits in well with the mark and the range, because we know that the people that
I
have
think this
purchased
is going to be a lot more of a performer, though. The NSX, of course, because you're paying for that much more. It's more of a sports car. But
yeah, but it is the price point is still significantly
Yeah.
high. I mean, what's the Lexus comes in like 125, and it's going to be 175 plus.
Yeah.
So I think there obviously is a big disparity between the price point, but
There
I
is.
do think it fits a niche, whereas these cars would look really good as convertibles, and I think it's nice to have them out there as an option.
That's very interesting. Which car would you take between? Let's say you can't sell it, or let's say you have $200,000. I gave you $200,000 because you think I'm as rich as you think I am.
I know you're that rich,
No, I am
Sam.
not. So I go, James, hey, happy birthday, man. $200,000. Knock yourself out. But you have to buy either the NSX convertible or the LC convertible. But keep the change. Buy Kiwi Kaiju a fancy doghouse or something. with
Kaiju
the change.
Kiwi.
Or Kaiju Kiwi with fancy dog. Which one would you go with?
Well, if Kiwi would obviously pull at my heartstrings there, and I'd have to go with the cheaper one, so I've got more money to spend on her doghouse.
What about you?
NSX or the LC
Yeah, but it has to be
Convertible.
convertibles.
convertibles.
Yeah.
I mean, the LC convertible
It's very
is
pretty.
very, very pretty.
I also think this rendering is very
it's
pretty,
a
though,
nice
too.
looking car. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think I would actually go for the LC actually.
You guys
But
would?
I like-
and you guys could keep the change.
Yeah, like
I will
looks-
say that
I
I
would really
like-
be interested to see what our listeners would think too if you guys are live. I mean, I would probably take the NSX convertible because you know what? I really think it looks better as a convertible. It's much more appealing, alluring
than the coupe,
than the
yeah,
coupe.
yeah.
And I'm not a convertible guy like you. I'm not.
Right.
But this car looks like it should be a convertible first. So, and I love going for a drive. Like when if it's the summer, during the cool evening, not the night, but cool evening, maybe early in the
The
morning.
top down, your shirt off, and you're ready to go, Sam?
No, it's be too cold for the shirt off. But yeah. So
You'd have the heated air blowing on your back, though,
yeah,
and
but then
it'd
you don't want
caress
to
all that
sweat on
back
this
hair.
leather. But
But you could turn the heated seat up and
and
get
I
rid of
would-
that.
But I would not. This wouldn't be a everyday driver, so that's why I would probably
the
go with
LC could be
NSX.
an everyday driver.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Oh, so it's
I
so
do-
comfortable. This is comfortable. Not as comfortable.
I
as
do
LC.
hope that if they do, they keep all the hybrid stuff, which is what I don't like about, or not such much a fan of with the LC convertible, where it's not the hybrid option. So I do like that this will probably stick to its hybrid roots and have that in there as well, which I like.
Yeah, that's
Because
another
obviously
thing.
you know how I like the modern.
But you would still
electric.
take the LC convertible for the lesser price, right?
Just so I could give Kaiju Kiwi the doghouse.
Doghouse,
yes.
yeah, okay.
But I agree that I think that this, as a convertible, it really, really suits a convertible look.
It does. It looks better, yeah. So hopefully they'll come out with that, the i8, which I think is R8 or the NSX convertible. R8 convertible and NSX convertible. They're around the same price.
They are very much around the same. So I like the R8 because I think it's a supercar that no one knows is really a supercar and no one takes notice. So it's one that you could pull up at a petrol station and no one's going to ask you too many questions about it.
You just don't like connecting or interacting.
No, I want to be in and out. I want to go in there. I want to get my hot dog. I want to fill it with petrol.
Aren't you
and
James McKeone of no braking? You just go. I can't talk to you. Goodbye. Is that how you?
No,
feel?
I always spend
I'm in a
time
hurry.
for my fans,
Okay.
unlike you, Sam. But I think that I'd probably take because obviously this comes with a Lamborghini engine.
Right,
I'd probably want the Lamborghini engine.
Yeah. Okay. What about you? R8 convertible? Or?
I like the coupe, the R8 coupe, but I'm not a big fan of the convertible.
I know you're
R8.
not a fan of convertible.
Well, yeah, but I'm not.
Just pick the two.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of this convertible either.
So
So if I had to choose between two convertibles,
yeah, don't pick that one.
I would probably go with the NSX.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I would too. I think I would too. So.